Growing up, my biggest challenge was I was deathly afraid of public speaking. I could not speak in front of more than 2 or 3 people. And I knew this would hinder my chances of becoming successful in life because successful people talk to a lot of people, right? They're good at public speaking. And I was in high school, and in high school, I used to sit at the back of the class. And one day, one of the teachers walked in, and he said, you don't belong in the back of the class with the bad boys because you're not a bad boy. So he put me in the front of the class, and I couldn't believe it because I didn't want to be in the front of the class. And then to make things worse, he made me the class captain because he said I have leadership in me. And I'm thinking, what is he talking about? I don't have any leadership in me. Anyway, he made me class captain, and as a class captain, you had to give presentations. So the first time I went up there, I was shaking like a leaf, and my hands were watery. I felt sick to my stomach. I was stumbling over my words. The paper was shaking. I'll never forget. And somehow I got through it. I got through that first day. And then I had to give another speech, and I did it again. And at some point, one of the girls in my class, I'll never forget this, she comes up to me and says, I need to share a message with the class. So can you do that for me? And I said, oh, no. You go up there. You share the message. And she said, but you're good at it. And I said, what? She said, you're good at it, though. Like when you get up there, people actually listen to you. And when she said that, it gave me some courage and some confidence to say to myself, wait, I'm getting better. I can be a leader. And from then on, I've been giving presentations. It started with a couple hundred, then a couple thousand. Now I can speak in front of thousands of people. And it was a challenge at first, but somehow, because I kept doing it, I got better at it. And now I do it for a living. I've actually been a professional speaker now for over 20 years. So that was a big setback I thought I had, but one man actually changed that. And I'm just so thankful to him today that I was able to be in his class, and he was able to push me out in front of the class. Another challenge I had was I did not want to sell. I was afraid to sell. So I had all these ideas of businesses, but I didn't know how to pitch it because I didn't want to be a salesman. And I met a guy at Xerox when I was working there. His name is Brian, and he taught me. He said, you know what? All you have to do is help people get what they already want. And we would go around these, to different accounts, and he would get to know people, right? He would see a picture on their desk and say, hey, is that your family? And they'll talk about family, they'll talk about vacations, and then at some point, he'll get into business and say, hey, what do you like about your copiers? Because we sold copiers and toners and stuff like that. And then eventually, he would recommend the best copier for them. He would say something like, okay, so we have these these 2 options. Here they are. Which one do you prefer? And they'll say A, right? And then he'll say, well, you know what? I think you need some toner too because you don't want to run out of toner. So he said, we can order 4 months or 6 months. What's better for you? And they said 4 months, and he'll tick it off. And he did that for paper and everything. And we'd walk out with this order of all these stuff. And I realized that the reason he was able to do it was because he got to know them. He got to know their pain, and they listened to his recommendation. And that's how I started what I call compassionate closer. I became what they call the compassionate closer, where you help people get what they already need. And it literally changed my life. It changed my life. Not only did it become a career for me where I'm teaching other entrepreneurs how to sell, but it just really boosted my self-confidence, knowing that I can help people get what they want. It's a win-win situation. They win, I win, we all win.